So here's the connection that's been prepped for the Cadweld. I've already done about 5 of these. I have 3 left to finish up. So I'm just kind of loosely filling the cable in so I can ground wire in so I can keep it in one spot. And now I'm going to build the Cadweld. So I'll show you that in steps. Okay, so step 1 is I have the crucible on. And you'll notice the 2 wires are almost touching inside. And this thing is pretty tight on. So one of the things I've been noticing is that as I do these is it's nice to actually backfill the crucible in place a little bit with the wires, because in a couple of these, and actually had one fail just before, the bottom basically drops out, the exothermic material drops out of the bottom, and the connection doesn't, the thing basically bursts in a little flame, and there's not much actual welding going on. So I'm going to try and prevent that by backfilling this crucible in place a little bit, act as an, have the ground act as an insulator, and we'll fill in the actual material on. So can't do this with one hand, so I'm going to pause. First things first, put the low plate in there. That's gonna hold the exothermic material. Next, filled in with the stuff in the blue bottle, only the actual iron shavings that you'll see here. Now, before I put the actual starting powder in, I'm gonna want to cover this up with the low plate here. Now, I can fill in the actual starter powder. Okay. So here's the little starter flint that I'm gonna have. Water just in case, and gloves, because it's gonna get very hot. Ready? So it's actually flaming a little bit, burning from there, but hopefully there it goes. Now I'm just gonna let it do its thing, and you can either once it cools down, you can either knock the ceramic crucible off with a little hammer, or in this case, as soon as if it cools down, I'm just gonna tug on it, make sure that the connection was made permanently. One of these, I actually had the the ground wires fused together, but the ground rod did not fuse to the ground wire, so I had to redo it, break everything up, and redo the weld. But in this case, once I make sure everything's bonded together, I'm just going to cover it up with earth, because electrically it will be bonded, and this is going to be underground anyway, so I don't care what it looks like. So I'm just going to leave this thing on. Okay, and that's pretty much that.